This is Alcohol Mastery. My name is Kevin O'Hara, and I've been off the alcohol for just over a week. I stopped drinking on the 2nd of January, and I have no intentions of ever going back onto the drink again. The purpose of Alcohol Mastery is to try and provide as much information about alcohol and giving up alcohol as possible. We're going to be doing video diaries. We'll do some articles. Hopefully, we'll be able to do some interviews. And we'd also like as many people to contact us as possible with their problems or their solutions to problems, their good stories or bad stories. You can comment down below if you're listening to this on YouTube, and we'll get back to you. Um, you can go to the website and you can comment on the individual posts. You'll also be able to leave a voicemail on the site, and you can also contact us through Twitter or Facebook. I've been drinking since I was 13 or 14 years of age. I remember the first alcoholic drink I ever had was a 6 pack of Smithwick's. It's Irish ale. We'd set up a tent in the back of my family house in the back garden. We got some money together and we snuck out of the tent probably around 9 or 10 o'clock at night and went up to the local bar. Um, and after one or two attempts, we managed to persuade some old boy to go in and get us a 6 pack. So he came down, gave us a 6 pack. We went back down to the tent. And I remember clicking open the beer. You know, it's all very sneaky at that stage. Feeling like we were on an adventure and taking the first sip. And I remember the first sip just tasting absolutely lousy. But we felt like men. That was the thing. We felt like we were doing what the grown ups were all doing, you know. I've given up the drink uh, on quite a few occasions in my life, normally for 1 or 2 months at a time, you know, a few weeks here, a few weeks there, mainly to try and lose weight. 5 years ago, I was stopped just before Christmas. So uh, it would have been Christmas 2008 or 2007. Um, I was stopped for drinking and driving. Um, I was banned off the road for a year and I was given a fine of €600. I planned that year to go off the alcohol for a month just to try and sort my head out. And I worked in the forestry at the time, and it was a big blow to me because I relied on my being able to drive to get to work. So I was sort of screwed. Um, but the month lasted for 11 months. Um, and it was one of the best years that I can remember. And that's the word is remember, because we had some occasions where we went to my father's 75th birthday was one. We went to Greece for um, one of Esther's best friend's wedding. Um, she was the maid of honor. And later on that year, my brother got married and I was his best man. So that was my target to last until November when my brother got married. Uh, I remember leaving that morning for the airport, and for weeks on end, I'd been looking forward not to going to my brother's wedding, but to start drinking again. And we got to the airport. The day came when I would start drinking again. We arrived there at 7 o'clock in the morning. The flight was due to take off from Shannon to, I think we were going to Leeds at just after 8:30, I think, something around that time. Um, and we headed straight to the bar. Esther got a coffee. Sean was with me, and he got a cup of tea, and I drank 3 pints of Guinness before I even got onto the plane. Um, Needless to state, I didn't stop drinking for the whole time. I had to give a best man speech, and I was half pissed giving the speech. You know, I think I it was bad. Let's put it like that. Last year we moved to Spain. Um, I knew that I had to leave the environment that I was in. My mates were all drinkers. We met up in the pub. We drank Guinness. We drink 15, 20 pints of Guinness in a session. Um, and my life was really starting to suffer. I was putting on lots and lots of weight. Uh, I was feeling ill most of the time. That the hangover days were stretching into 2 and 3 days at a time. Um, that's if we allowed it to go. We'd go in and have uh, the hair of the dog the next day to make sure that we wouldn't feel the bad effects of the hangover. Anyway, we moved to Spain, and January and February last year, I gave up drinking also. I wanted to stay off it until March the 17th, Paddy's Day in Ireland. And then we'd go out, obviously, and start the whole ball rolling again. But Esther's mother came over from Holland at the beginning of March, so I started drinking then. This time I know that I will never go back onto the alcohol again. I've come to a crossroads. I've come to a fork in the road, and I know that I either go down the alcohol route and I give up and give in to that part of me, or I don't drink anymore and go down the other road and totally try and kill that part of myself off. So that's my intention, is to kill that part of myself off, and I won't mourn it. I hate it. Whenever I'm drinking, I don't want to be drinking. I know it's not good for me. I know I just want to keep drinking and drinking and drinking until I get drunk. When I'm not drinking, all I can think about is going back and having a drink, going down to the pub, going out to a restaurant, and it's not about the food. It's not about the company. It's all about the drink. When I gave up on the 2nd of January this year, I have never felt so free in my life, knowing that I'm not going to go back onto the alcohol again. Tuesday of this week was the first time I'd been to a place where I associate going out with drinking, and that's a local restaurant called Cafe Cayenne. Uh, it's very cheap there. It's a three-course dinner and half a liter of wine for €9. Any extra wine is brought to the table. It's only a euro, €1.10 for a liter, and it's very palatable. Um, so that was the first time I'd been out with my dad and my brother, uh, and that was difficult. I didn't think it was going to be difficult, and it wasn't because I wanted to drink. It was because I could see they were getting more drunk. The conversation was getting more, I don't know, repetitive. It seemed. I think my problem was more internal. It was habit. I was just used to going up there. I'd never been in there and not drank. Um, we had a couple of uh, parties that we went to just after Christmas. Over here, there's the Feast of the Three Kings, which is held on the 6th of January. We went to my sister's then, and half the people were drinking, and I had no problem with that. Um, but this was a place that I'd been to before on several occasions, many occasions since we've moved here, and I've never not had a drink there. So it was just that habit. Anyway, the guys came back to the house later on. I put on a TV program. I sat down with a cup of herbal tea. They fell asleep on the couch within 10 minutes of getting in. So thanks for watching and bearing with me through this first video diary. I hope you come back, and I hope that I'll get better the more of these videos I do. Um, we'll also do some articles, and please leave as many messages as you want, and I'll try and answer as many of them personally as I can. If I can't, we'll do posts on the most popular comments. Um, Leave a comment below if you're on YouTube, um, and come to the site. You can click on the link below. So, again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.